The air hostess, they screamed, "Is there any doctor here who can come and check the pulse for this lady, passenger?" So somebody, luckily they came and they checked me, and they told she has to be admitted in the hospital to give some trips. If not, definitely she will not sustain to go out until USA. He just conveyed this exact message. "Hello sir, your sister is gone. Your sister is gone." And that's it. My brother, that night he was about to go somewhere to get something, and he fell from the motorcycle, and he thought that I'm gone out of this world. It just passed us it was only 25-mile speed zone. They went for like a 50 or 60-mile speed zone. Quickly it just passed. The moment it crossed us, suddenly we both looked at each other and said, "Did you see Swami? Did you see Swami?" in Tamil. "Swami pathingla, nee Swami pathiya?" Exactly, we both are asking each other, because we literally saw the driver in the driver's seat, our beloved Swami in orange robe being seated there. And the police and the ambulance, they all came and took all of us, and we all were admitted in the Beaumont Hospital in Michigan, and we all were admitted there. But I was the first one. My relatives, they came to know, and they were so worried. They were so upset why we are going through one after another, and this was the torture we were going through, and we didn't know anything to do other than to pray, "Swami, Swami, you have to take care. You have to take care, Swami. Other than you, we don't have any resource. You have to take care." My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan. I'm so happy to share with you some other incidents that happened in our life. This was in 2005. We were gathered for our Sai Center activity on Sundays. This was in a school where we all used to gather for the Sai Center activity. So after the events were over, we all stood up for Aarti. And as you know, those days we all used to stand up for Aarti, but these days we used to be seated. So naturally we all stood up for the Aarti time. The Aarti was going on, and suddenly the moment I stood up, I felt a kind of slightly dizzy. Then I caught hold of a shoulder of my friend who was standing next to me, one of my Sai sister. And after that, I have no clue what happened. So let me tell you what happened. So suddenly I just fainted, and I was about to fall when my Sai sisters, they all caught hold of me, and immediately they called out from my husband and my children who were on the men's side. And then immediately one of the Sai sister happened to be a nurse practitioner. She came and felt my pulse, and immediately she said that your pulse is going down, you have to call the 911 right away. So immediately they all panicked and called 911, and the 911 came and the ambulance took me to the hospital. But after that, one after another, the brothers and sisters who were there, they also started to get a kind of slight severe headache, and they also were about to faint. So the reason was there was the carbon monoxide release because of a faulty furnace. So each one started to feel the same way. So everybody has to be admitted in the hospital. Tons of ambulance were called from the nearby hospitals, and the police and the ambulance, they all came and took all of us, and we all were admitted in the Beaumont Hospital in Michigan, and we all were admitted there. But I was the first one to faint and fall down. So then they all were being given, they all were tested, and finally everybody was asked to leave after the oxygen was given. And then only me, they asked me that I should stay there for 2 days, and I stayed there for 2 days, and luckily for my utter surprise, there was a Sai sister whom I have never met before, happened to be a physician. So we were so thankful to her. Till today I used to tell her about that, you saved my life. So finally after 2 days they asked me to leave, and also they came and captured from the media, they captured these things. And it so happened, we were so thankful to Swami, and the following week when we went to the school for the Sai Center, we received so many greeting cards from the children, because by Swami's grace, since I just fell down, we were able to save everybody, not only ourselves, but even the school children and the staff who were supposed to come to the school the next day. And imagine if only this was delayed, all of us would have got into the car and would have been driving to our homes. And what if we have fainted while driving? So how Swami did it at the apt time, that he may utilize me as an instrument to safeguard everybody all over there who were presented there and for the following week. So this was a very, very important experience that we had in our lives, and we can imagine how Swami saves everyone at the right time. So some of my brothers, they used to tease me that, oh, if you are there, then we no need to worry. You will give us an alarm before anything the carbon monoxide release happens. You will give us an alarm. So that I just thought I would share this experience with all of you. Now I want to narrate an incident that happened in 2012, and how Swami took, kind of safeguarded my life. It's a very unforgettable experience for me. So in 2012, I went to India. When I went to India, and once we go to India, you all will agree with me, when you plan to go to India or any other your mother country you all want to go, we will have a plan here, I will say I have a plan and we'll go there, but when we go there, they'll have their own plans, right? So anyway, and likewise, until the end of the day, end of the time you're leaving, your shopping will never end, the visitors who will come and visit you will never end, and there will be people who will come and give you all kinds of things to take it to abroad. So all these three things will be keep on going until the last minute, right? So likewise, what happened, I wanted to go to the store to get some item, the last minute shopping in a Bata store. I want to go and get some slippers for my husband and shoes for my husband and something for myself. So I went along with my brother. So we went he took me in the motorcycle, and we went and we purchased everything. And he was just, we paid the bill and he was just getting the bags, and I just casually came to the door. When I was coming to the door, I thought, let me open the door so that when he comes we can get out. And the door was supposed to be pushed out. But without my knowing, I went ahead and pulled it towards me. I pulled it in such a way that it didn't, as you know, it will not come, right? So then I realized, oh no, we are supposed to push it. And I pushed the door finally, and we both left, and I got into the motorcycle and he was driving. As he was riding the motorcycle, suddenly when he put the brake, I just put my hand on my brother's shoulder to hold on to him. That's when I felt a slight pain over here, kind of a jerk pain. So I thought what it is, and I didn't bother about it. We went home, and then that evening, the next day I'm leaving to US, and the previous day evening this happened, and then that evening my brother's friend had called them for a reception, invited them for a reception. So he asked me to join with them. So he told me, why don't you go and get ready? We all can go and come back soon. I said, okay. And I went to go and wash my face. I was not able to lift my hand. And as I was trying to do, then suddenly shooting pain from my shoulder, from the neck actually, throughout the shoulder. I got shooting pain. I couldn't tolerate. I started to cry, and I came out and I told my brother. And then he said, what happened? You'll be okay. Wait, let me rub some iodex or that Benge. They were trying to apply that on me. And he said, you get ready. I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And I also thought, okay, I'll be fine. But the moment I put my hand, I didn't feel the pain. I thought, okay, it's just a muscle pull or something. And I took it easy. And we went to the reception event. It was a Christian family who had a wedding reception. We attended that. And they had some, all the meat items on one side, and they had some vegetarian items on the other side. So my brother told, okay, you can go and eat over there. And I just went and had something. But then finally we came home, and but still the pain was really kind of getting little severe. But somehow I took some tablets and I just slept. Around 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 or 4, suddenly I felt that I need to use the restroom on the spot. And suddenly I called out, I screamed and called out my brother and my sister-in-law that they helped me I want to rush to the restroom right now. And that's it. From that morning till evening around 7 o'clock, I was using the restroom several times per the day, the whole day. And imagine I had to leave to US that night. And I was in this situation, and you know how exhausted you would be if you go to restroom several times. And the pain started to, aggravate a lot. And then I started to cry. I told him that I'm getting shooting pain from my shoulder to here. I'm not able to tolerate that. So my brother went to a medical store. He explained to them, and when he told them, those people, they said, oh, if it's shoulder pain, then definitely that to left shoulder, definitely she is going to get heart attack. Why don't you take her to the hospital? That's it. My brother got so panicked, and immediately he came home and we all rushed to the hospital. And you know, in India, if you go there, the doctors will come on their own time. So we were waiting there for some time. Finally the doctor came, and my brother was so kind of panic, and I was like literally crying due to the pain. And he told the doctor, this what happened, kindly check on her, let us know what to do. And the doctor took me inside and he just checked everything, and he said, who told you that she got a heart attack? Her heart is perfectly fine, nothing to do with the heart. She is perfectly fine. So this kind of a muscle pull, is severe muscle pull, you have to go and see an orthopedic, he told us. So we said, my brother said okay, and then immediately we rushed to an orthopedic. He took me over there. And when we went to the hospital, those people, they said, oh, before you see an orthopedic, you have to go around, you need to take an MRI, you need to take some x-rays, this and that. And I do know what they will do. As you all know, according to India, if a person is really in danger, first you have to pay the money, then they will safeguard the person. Whereas in America, they will first safeguard you, and then you will get the bills one after another. So this is the difference between these two countries. I just figured out myself. So what happened? They told, okay sir, you have to pay this much amount, you have to take this MRI, she has to take all this, she has to go through all these x-rays, etc. And I told my brother, you know what, this will be a lump sum of amount, I am not for it, let me go, I will go to US, and I do have my insurance there, I want to go and be with my husband. Please go and leave me in the airport, let me rush to the airport, I don't want to go for any kind of treatment here, let me go back. My brother was not for it. He said, no, maybe we will cancel the ticket, because you are in this situation, we will not be able to send you. I said, no way cancelling the ticket, no, you will lose all the money, this is not possible, please, I'm sure I will be fine, so please let me go. Because I cannot talk about Swami to them, they were not Swami's devotees, so we cannot talk about Swami. So I told within my mind, Swami, you have to take care of me, anyway I have to go and be with my husband, Swami, please take me to go to US, please help me. So I prayed to Swami, and I told my brother, at any cost I will keep you posted, kindly go and drop me at the airport. So with the half-heartedly they said okay, and then finally we all were heading to go to the airport. So we went to the airport, and the driver parked the car, and when we got down, suddenly I felt the feeling again to use the restroom. And you know, and as you know, I was so weak, so my sister-in-law took me, let's go, and she came all the way there. When we went there, the person over there, he said, okay, give me money to go inside. Unfortunately, my sister-in-law didn't bring the handbag, I was in this situation. And she said, sir, please understand, she is in this situation, I will go and bring the money back, please let her go inside. And he said, no, I will not believe you people. You say like that and you will not turn out. Give the money, go and get the money, then she can go in. And there was another lady who came in, and she was yelling at him, can't you understand? Look at that lady, the way she looks. Don't you have any sense? Don't you have any feeling? Don't you have any compassion? Is this the time to talk about money? Amma, you get inside, I will pay the money, you go inside, she told me, and then I rushed to the restroom, and then she paid the money to him. So finally I came out. So you can see how people are there, certain times how we need to behave, you know, and what are the things that we really need to have. Some of them, they don't understand others' feelings. You know, I felt so pity, but that is because many of them would have cheated him. That's why he is feeling, he's kind of expressing his feelings. So there's no mistake on him either. But it's our bad luck or bad time. But somehow Swami came in disguise through that lady and made her give the money so that I can get in. Finally we came out. And once we came out, I went inside, and as you know, the relatives, they can't get inside, right? Only the passengers who travel can go in. So I just got this hand luggage with me, and I went, and I was not able to even walk that fast. I was so weak. So somehow I dragged the hand luggage, and I went there and stood in the line. And finally when I went and placed the hand luggage, that man for the check-in, that man, they gave a hard time. And I didn't realize, that was little did I realize that since that particular day onwards, they changed the hand luggage from 15 pounds to from 15 kilos to 7 kilos, which is 30 pounds to 50 pounds, something like that. which I didn't realize, and he made me to walk back and forth to go and return the items. And I didn't know what to do, because there were some important things in that to hand over to somebody, and of course my important things to my children. Everything he made me to give away. So my brother and sister were worried why they're making me to walk like this. And I kept on doing that, and finally I went and told him, okay, now at least make sure that is the right, let me in, I need a wheelchair right now. I'm not able to walk, I need a wheelchair. Then finally he called somebody, and the wheelchair, I waited for the wheelchair for a long time. Finally the wheelchair person came, and he made me, he took me, I sat down and he took me. And I told my brother that once I go inside, I'll definitely give you a call. He also told me, when you go reach Doha, make sure you give me a call. I said, definitely, somehow I'll make sure I'll give you a call, I'll let you know. So I went and sat in the lounge, and I saw a public telephone there. I went and called my brother and told him, okay, I'm sitting in the wheelchair right now, I'm yet to board. So once I reach Doha, I'll give you a call. That got over, and then finally I boarded the flight. The wheelchair person took me inside. We went and sat there, and I was so exhausted. I was just, luckily it was a window seat, and I was just sitting in the corner so that nobody will disturb me, and I was just sitting there. After some time the flight took off, and then after some time the air hostess brought food. When they brought the food for the person who was sitting next to me, the moment that person opened the food, that's it, I couldn't control. I felt like throwing up. Immediately I requested him, I just showed him, even I was not even able, I didn't have the stamina to even tell him. So immediately I showed gestures, I need to go, we need to go. And he understood luckily, and then he moved. And I would have not even gone halfway through, I felt like that I'm going to do a mess over there. Somehow I just, pressed my mouth so much badly and rushed to the restroom. The moment I opened the door, luckily within that few, not even I didn't open the door fully, the corridor door, I was able to say, luckily, as you know, the wash basin is right there. So immediately I just threw up. And when I threw up, after that, suddenly I felt that my stomach was giving me a hard time. Again, I felt like using the toilet. So immediately who was that? The air hostess, they told me, don't close the door. They saw me the way I was struggling. Don't lock the door. I said, okay. And then I was so tired. Finally, I used the restroom, and then I also noticed that I got my period as well. So everything, throw up, and diarrhea, and also the period, everything. And finally, I washed my hands and I came out. I had no stamina. They made me to sit right there near the door. And then the air hostess came and they offered me some juice and some fruits. I ate that. Within few minutes, again I felt like throwing up. I rushed to the restroom. Again they gave me some water because I shouldn't get dehydrated. So they gave me some water and juice. Again I threw up. So this went on until they reached Doha. In the meantime, one of the air hostess, they screamed, is there any doctor here who can come and check the pulse for this lady, passenger? So somebody, luckily they came and they checked me, and they told she has to be admitted in the hospital to give some trips. If not, definitely she will not sustain to go out until USA. So there was an argument between two air hostess. One lady was saying that yeah, she has to admit, and then the other person was telling no, the flight cannot wait until she boards the flight, because it's flight is right away, we have to board in right away. But she said, the other person was saying no, her life is more important than this. So saying, finally they said, they called somebody, and when the flight landed, immediately there was an ambulance, and the people came and they just took me, and they got me into the hospital, and they're giving me trips. Little did I realize all that time until in my life, whenever I traveled to abroad, so from the time I came from 1992 till that 2012, I thought flight means we'll enjoy the movie, they'll serve you food, we can have fun, we can sleep and enjoy. But only that particular time I realized what are the other things they do behind the scene. So I really owe a big gratitude to all those air hostess whom I'll never forget in my life. So they took me to the hospital, and then when I was after it took really, it was more than an hour and a half apart from the regular time. So the flight has to wait for me. They didn't start the flight, and the flight waited, which will never happen in anyone's life for a single person. All those passengers waited. So what happened finally, when I was about to come out, I told the person who was standing there, I gave my brother's phone number and told him, could you please call my brother and let him know that I boarded the flight, that I am gone. Please can you let him know. Yeah, I'll tell that you are gone to US, you are going to US, you boarded the flight, I'll let him know, don't worry, he told me. And then the moment they brought me in the wheelchair inside the flight, suddenly everybody started to applaud, all the passengers, that I am back. Finally the flight could leave. So I bowed down to everybody and then I went and sat, and that's it. Until I reached Spokane, Washington State, I didn't wake up at all due to that exhaustion. In the meantime, this what happened. The person whom I told, he called my brother in India. It was midnight, right? So he called in my brother and told, he just conveyed this exact message. Hello sir, your sister is gone. Your sister is gone. And that's it. My brother, that night he was about to go somewhere to get something, and he fell from the motorcycle, and he thought that I'm gone out of this world, because he used that word, she is gone, your sister is gone, and he just assumed that I'm gone, and he started to get panic and called out for my sister-in-law, and they were crying, and immediately they're trying to reach my husband here in Washington State. And here it is, that time here it is during daytime, right? So my husband went to work, so they called the home number, they couldn't reach him. And finally, in the evening, and they left a message crying so badly, and in the evening my husband, when he returned home, he heard this message. And he was so, very, very, he has the equanimity of mind. He was not perturbed. He said, no, nothing like that will have happen. Let me call the airlines and find out. So he called the airlines and spoke to them, and they said, she already boarded, she's on her way to Spokane, USA. And then my husband called my brother and told, my dear, no, nothing like that, don't worry, she's perfectly fine. They have given you, you misunderstood what they said. So they are told that she has left to US, but you understood that she's gone in the sense that she's gone out of the world. Don't worry, your sister will not leave that easily. He was just joking, and then they were kind of trying to pacify them. And then, however, my brother was not satisfied. He said, once she comes back, once you pick her up from the airport, please ask her to talk to me. I want to hear her voice. And we said, definitely, I'll do that, he told. And then when I got down of the flight, my husband made me call. He called him and asked me to talk to him. And I didn't have the energy to even talk, because no food throughout the journey. And with all these things that happened, finally I managed to say, Anna, I'm fine, Anna. Don't worry, I told him. And that's it. Then the next day we got an appointment in the clinic to find out what to do with the shoulder pain. So my husband took me to the clinic, and the doctor gave some certain things. He tested me, gave some medicine, and after he asked me to come after 2-3 days, but nothing worked. And then the doctor, when we went and met the doctor again, he mentioned that in this case she has to go and see a PT, and only he can show some exercise that she needs to do for this muscle pull. And in the meantime, for that 10 days, I was not able to cook or do anything. And there was our loving Sai families over there, and one family out of that was so kind enough, that young couple, they called me, they told me to they asked my husband to come and leave me at their home, and he left me in the morning, and he comes in the evening and picks me up. He was picking me up in the evening. And the other side devotees, they came and visited me to come and see me, and this couple was taking care of me and giving me food and taking care of me, which I owe them a big gratitude. Never will I forget all these beautiful people who came in my life. And then after that, we were going to this PT, the physical therapist. As I kept going, we are nearly close to 16 sittings. I went, and he asked me to, I was not even able to lift my hand like this. Always I should place my hand like that. I cannot lift anything. If I lift, immediately shooting pain from the neck till to this edge. So I was not able to lift. I was just like a doll sitting there. So this person, after he gave me asked me to do the exercise, by doing the exercise, all I can do was able to lift to this extent. That's it. Not beyond that. The more, if I happened to lift a little more, finished. The shooting pain. So then at that point, that physical therapist said, okay, we have given her so many treatments, past 2 months she's been coming here, but in this case you have to go and see an orthopedic, I cannot help it. And you can go and talk to your doctor about it, they told me. And we came back, got an appointment with the doctor after 1 week or so, and we went and gave the reports and everything, and he looked into that and he said, yeah, he is right, you have to go and see an orthopedic. And that orthopedic is not present in Pullman, Washington. We have to go to Spokane, Washington, he said, which is 2.5 hours drive. So my husband, we got an appointment there after 1 month or so. Then he drove me there to that place. And there the orthopedic, he came and checked me. And then what he did was, he applied a gel all over my neck, at the back and here, everywhere. And then he told he has to give me 2 injections right here. And something called L3, L4, that kind of, the disc is kind of slightly, it has been misplaced. It's not in the original place. So we have to do something. So let me give the injection, and he gave the injection right here. And I didn't feel the pain because he applied the gel, was kind of, it makes the place numb. So then they asked me, okay, now you tell me the pain, how far it is. If 1 to 10, 10 is worse and 1 is worse and 10 is best, where it is, or vice versa. And I told, yeah, it's I don't feel the pain. Oh, 1 to 10, yeah, 10 is worse and 1 is better, tell me where it is. I told them that it is close to 9. I was still feeling the pain. Then he said, okay, you need to wait for some more time. Just now I given the injection, hold on for some time. And we waited for some time, and after 1 hour or so, again he came and asked me. Then I said, that point, I didn't feel the pain at all. When I tried to lift myself, I didn't feel the pain. I said, wow, thank God my problem is solved. So saying, I told him, sir, I'm able to lift, I'm okay. Oh, then it's okay, you're fine, then you can go home, he said. So we came home, and thanks Swami so much. As we are getting closer to our place, little did I realize that because of the numbness, I did not feel the pain. And as the numbness was getting over, suddenly I felt the same pain, shooting pain again, once again. I thought, oh my God, what is this? I thought everything is over, but again it started, what am I to do? Then again my husband called the doctor and spoke to him, and he said, in this case you have to come here, we need to talk to you something very important. And finally when we went there, he said, we have to go for surgery. You need to do it, only if you do the surgery, this problem will be solved. If not, she cannot lift her hand at all, she'll get this pain forever. We didn't know anything, we didn't know what to do, we were so depressed, I didn't know what to do. A simple thing, what it has caused, to what extent, I thought, and I was literally crying, and I was praying to Swami. And when we came home, you know that very well, that Swami, once he starts to give you a blow, he'll be giving you blow after blow, one after another, right? If he tests you, it's not that easy. He will test you, as I told you earlier in the previous video, he will test you and take you to you'll be almost to fall on the floor, you'll be touching the ground, and only at that point of time he'll come and lift you up. And again, that depends how much faith you have, how much are you praying to him, how much you are pleading to him, and how much your trust you have in him. All these things matters. So we came home, and my husband left me in my friend's home. He went to work, and there his professor told, it seems they applied for a grant and they couldn't get the grant, it was not sanctioned. So I am so sorry to tell you, this week is your last week for your work. Imagine, brothers and sisters, what a kind of situation we are going through. Already I am in this situation, now my husband lost the job. What to do? And we called our children in Michigan, and they told, Amma, don't go for surgery or anything, never do that, just come over here, we'll see what we can do. We come to Michigan, we'll talk about it. So saying no other choice, then we have to leave to Michigan. So for the next thing was, we had to pack everything, and all my Sai brothers and sisters came forward to help me to pack everything, which I owe them a big gratitude. They were the ones who came and helped me to pack everything, and I was operating only with this hand and not with this hand. So I was trying to do everything and tell them, and my husband, and everything, everybody, they all helped, and we loaded into the truck. We drove a truck from Pullman, Washington to Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Ypsilanti, Michigan. As you know, we didn't have enough money to pay for the truck. I mean, a truck in the sense to pay for the movers. Where will you go for that lump sum of amount? Now, since we don't have a job, we had to pay the mortgage for our Ypsilanti home, Swami's home. So we need to save the money for everything. So we didn't want to do that. We thought, okay, let's go. Let's take a truck. We are used to it. Let's do that. So poor man, my husband, he drove all the way from from Pullman, Washington to Ypsilanti, Michigan. So we were driving and coming, and we came through Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa, and there we thought we should take a break because the rest of the places are all South Dakota, North Dakota. We do not know anybody, and those places are Idaho. We don't have anybody over there. So we came, and Montana, all those places are just only hilly places. No, not many people, and no sign of Sai devotee staying there as well. So we drove all the way, came to Des Moines, Iowa, and we do have our Sai friends over there whom we know very well. And we told them, and they said, please do come, and we went there. We parked the truck, and then we went inside, and it was 9:15 in the night when we reached their home. And when I went there, only the hand was not operating right, but I can talk, isn't it? You know that I am so eager to talk about Swami. So immediately I told everybody that, I told the host, why don't you call everyone so that we can talk about Swami for some time. And they all were so eager, and they all came over, and I narrated this experience as well as the rest of the experience of Swami, and they all enjoyed it. And around 11:30 or 12 they all went home, and we slept through. And then again next day morning my husband drove, and we reached home around 3:30 or 4. And the thing is, when I left Pullman, Washington, when we took the highway, right there when we took the highway, we saw on the opposite lane, there was a truck that has the words SAI and again a big huge truck. So we thought, okay, so we saw Sai there, that will do, so the journey will be perfectly fine. And likewise, when we reached Ypsilanti, Michigan, when we took the exit to our home, that's when we saw on the opposite side again the same Sai truck. We said, thank you, Swami, thank you so much for being with us throughout this journey. We thanked him, and then we went there, and our son, my elder son, he was at home, and he came and unloaded everything. And then finally they said, okay, no going for surgery or anything, so let us see what we can do. And I told Swami, you know that I love your bhajans very much, and when I sing bhajans, generally I get so emotional and I get so engrossed in the bhajans that without my knowing I'll be moving my necks back and forth, and I'll be just completely into that. Always I try to sit on an aisle seat so that I can see Swami one-on-one and just be in the engrossed in his form and then in the bhajan. So I told Swami when I went to the center, all my Sai devotees were so happy to see us in Michigan, and I told Swami, I don't know what you will do, Swami. I am not going to go for any surgery or go and see any doctor, and in this situation we cannot do anything like that. So you have to cure me. I am going to come for a bhajan as usual. I am going to get engrossed in my bhajans and keep nodding my head as I used to do. You cure me. I don't know how you will do it. That's it. I just told him, and I told my husband also, this is what happened. This is what I prayed to him. So let us leave it there. And believe me or not, brothers and sisters, within 2 months or so, I couldn't feel that pain at all. Slowly and steadily, the pain started to drop off, and it subsided completely. And I couldn't believe how Swami did that. It was unbelievable experience. So the reason I want to narrate this story is it has so many inputs in this. First of all, what I felt was that less luggage, more comfort. That's the lesson I learned, one thing. And second, no shopping on the previous day. No shopping. No going anywhere, no travel when you are leaving to abroad to any country, be it to India or be it to US or any other country for that matter. Don't ever try to do any shopping or anything. And if you would make sure you tell your friends to hand over all the things beforehand so that you can pack and just be relaxed. It's very, very important that we need to learn all these things, these three things I thought. Never postpone or just never wait until the last minute. Never procrastinate. Do it right away and just be relaxed. So these are the things that I learned from that one part. The second thing is that wherever you go from that time till today, if I go and see any door, I make it a point, gently I will see whether it goes in or out. Let me make it a point and then open it. I just learned that big lesson that always we need to be careful. That was a simple mistake I did just by pulling it, and you can now imagine my story where it came and ended, to what extent. If not for him, I don't know what would have happened to me. You know, and how many people I troubled by this way. Poor my husband, he went through so much torture because of me. And how many friends and how many relatives I bothered because of this. I felt so bad for due to me. So many people have to undergo all these problems. So that was the other lesson I learned. And then when the doctors say any kind of opinion, get a second opinion from others too. It's very, very important. That's another thing I learned. So there were so many things hidden here. On top of that all, I thought about our Sai families who came forward to help us so lovingly in the kind of time of the crisis of what we went through. So I bow down to all the Sai devotees who came and helped us during that time, be it in Michigan or Washington or even my relatives in India. And of course for all the air hostess people who flew with me to Doha. I bow down to those people. Never will I forget them. From that time, whenever I see all the air hostess, I especially thank them. In general, my habit is, let's say if once the pilot lands the flight, I always go and tell him, sir, thank you so much for bringing all of us safely. You know, the thing is, in my childhood, when I used to get into the bus, you will not believe, I always, when I get down, I go and tell the conductor and the bus driver, Anna, romba nandri na, thank you so much Anna for bringing me, thank you so much brother for bringing me safely. Some of them used to laugh at me. What like a silly lady girl, she's talking like this. She seems to be silly girl. But for me, because of them only, we reach that place where we need to go very safely. So same thing holds on here, name it a pilot or train, engine driver or a bus driver, anybody or a car driver, anybody, you are not going to lose anything by saying a sincere thanks from the bottom of your heart. You know, which is very, very important. How will you pay the gratitude? You are not going to give money or anything for them, but be grateful to them. You will make their day that day by saying this, you know, rather than, okay, you landed the flight, leave me alone, let me just take my luggage and keep going. Don't do that. Let us just do this simple thing for the air hostess and the pilot and any driver for that matter. So after this incident, this happened in May. We came to Michigan in May. In September or October, suddenly I got a pain on my right side and the wisdom tooth was hurting me. You know, we don't have insurance, no job, both of us with no jobs. How can our children are studying in the college? How are we going to pay? So I was just trying to do the grandma remedies like gargling salt water and putting cloves, trying to put some ice, but nothing worked. The pain started to shoot up. And luckily there was one other Sai friend who was a dentist. So we told him and he said, come over to the clinic, let me take a look at it. So we drove to the clinic and we went and he did some treatment and luckily the problem got solved. Finally we came home, thanked him so much and came home. The very next day night, in the midnight, my husband started to cough. So why is he coughing like this? And it was a continuous cough. Day by day the cough started to aggravate. We got so scared what it is, we didn't know what to do. And there was another Sai friend, another friend of us, a Sai family's daughter-in-law. She and her husband happened to be doctors. I called her, she was in Michigan, I called her and told sister, this is what happened, what am I to do? She said, don't worry about that, Jayanthi. I will call the pharmacy, you go and just collect the antibiotic. And then when and she told, before that she said, come over, we need to do the blood test for Bhaiya, brother. So we drove there, I drove him and we went there and we took the blood test. We came to know he got pneumonia. We were so shocked and then she said, okay, I'll prescribe the medicine right now. By the time you go home, it will be ready. Just get that antibiotic and ask him to take it. So every day he was taking it, and it happened to be that because remember we went to he took me to the dentist, right, to the dental hospital. There in the lounge while he was waiting, so looks like somebody had pneumonia and he caught it. So as you know, pneumonia is contagious and he just got it somehow, and that it got flared up when he came home. So every day he was coughing. It was horrible to listen to that sound. I couldn't tolerate it. In the middle of the night he'll get up and it will be like a oozing cough continuously. You all know what is pneumonia, right? So my relatives, they came to know and they were so worried. They were so upset why we are going through one after another. And this was the torture we were going through. And we didn't know anything to do other than to pray Swami. Swami, you have to take care. You have to take care, Swami. Other than you, we don't have any resource. You have to take care. And we are holding on to him and praying to him. And by Swami's grace, after this medicine, slowly it was subsiding. And then we were out. He was out of it. So I just thought to narrate all these things just to let you know that Swami will give you test after test. Test after test, that too in a kind of crucial period. But still, no other choice. We have to hold on to him. We have no other choice other than him. So that the faith in him should start to increase, as my children told me, that it should never decrease. It should keep increasing. The faith should be increasing. That's when we will pass the real test, that which he has for us. And that's the lesson we both learned. And our children also, they learned a lot through our experiences, that what we went through in our lives. So I just thought to share all this with you, not to just share all the stories that happened, I mean kind of maybe taking you to a kind of a sad mood, but just to learn the lessons out of all these things. And now they say, now this is a correct exact time, but the pandemic is going on, they're asking you to wear a mask everywhere. So let us all make sure whenever we step out, never should we refuse or hesitate to wear the mask. We never know what is up in the air, out in the air when you go anywhere for that matter. Not only in the hospital but anywhere. So let us protect ourselves. That's more important. If you get out of, apart from that, in spite of that, if you get it, that's a different story. That he has to take care. But we should be careful and take the measures and precautions to protect ourselves and others. Now I want to narrate another incident that took place in 2008. One day, as usual, my husband was going to work. So I was just driving the car to drop him at the bus stop, and we were going through the same route every day. So likewise, even that day when we just turned and we just kept going, suddenly on the opposite side there was a blue color van. It looked like exactly like a van from India. You know, the Matador van like in India. It just passed us very. It was only 25 mile speed zone. They went for like a 50 or 60 mile speed zone. Quickly it just passed. The moment it crossed us, suddenly we both looked at each other and said, "Did you see Swami? Did you see Swami?" in Tamil. Swami pathingla, ni Swami pathiya? Exactly, we both are asking each other, because we literally saw the driver in the driver's seat, our beloved Swami in orange robe being seated there. Out of the blue, we both asked each other, and we thought, oh, what a wonderful the darshan early morning. That we should thank Swami. What a blessing, we thought. And we thanked Swami, and we kept driving, and I went and dropped him in the bus stop. I came home, he went to work. And after 2 hours, suddenly my husband called me. And when I picked up the phone, he said, "Jayanthi, I'm going to tell you something. Don't get perturbed." I said, "What happened?" "Right now, I'm in the hospital." "What? You are in the hospital for what?" He said, "Because I got chest pain this morning. After I came to work, I just started to get chest pain. I came to the hospital to check out what happened." I was really very perturbed. I didn't know what to do. And I said, "What did they say? What did they say?" And he said, "They have just taken all the tests. It will take some time for me to get the results. So once I get the results, I'll let you know. Just pray to Swami and be cool. Nothing will happen. Don't worry. Swami is there." He just told that. But I couldn't withstand, and I was just praying, "Swami, oh Swami, is this the reason you came this morning to give a darshan? That this is going to happen? Swami, please, Swami, take care of him, take care of him." And I was a panic. I came home. When I came sitting in the home, I didn't know what to do. Then I thought, should I need to call my friends, and tell them, or should I just send an email to everybody and keep praying to Swami? So I thought I'll do the second one, and I just sent an email to everyone and I requested them not to call me, but instead pray to Swami. And I also kept praying to Swami. In spite of that, they couldn't resist. Some of them called me, and I told them, "You don't know what happened this morning. This is what happened." He just called me and told me, and they consoled me, "Don't worry, Bhaiya is perfectly fine. We'll pray to Swami." And then we waited, and then evening around 4 o'clock, he got the results, and they told, "There's nothing to do with the heart. Your heart seems to be perfectly fine. It's something kind of a gastric problem. That's the reason that caused that pain. So you're absolutely fine. Nothing to do with the heart." This was the message they gave, and finally only then we were able to breathe. So I thank Swami so much. I thank Swami so much. And that same evening, we had a program in Windsor, Canada. Dr. Anil Kumar, Professor Anil Kumar, he came and gave a talk. His speech was there. So we all planned to go to attend that one. In the meantime, since he told this in the morning like this, we were hesitating, but he said, I am fine, we'll go, let's go, it will be a change for you, let's go. So we all went to Windsor. It's a 1 hour drive from our place, and there we went and we waited, and all the brothers, the moment they saw him, one of the brother, he walked and came, they forgot about the talk. Professor Anil Kumar was keep talking, but they left, and he just came to my husband and said, is everything okay, are you all okay, how is your health now, how do you feel now? It was so kind of them, kind of him and them, and to come and ask us. And we told them, yeah, we all are doing fine. He said, I'm doing fine, nothing to worry, brother. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go and listen to the program. So I just thought to share this one as well, that how Swami, beforehand, he came and gave darshan as well, like, I am there, don't worry, nothing to worry about it. You are going to get this news, but do not worry, I am there for you. So beforehand, he came and gave a darshan, and then this incident happened. So how compassionate is our beloved Swami, right? So we have to be really grateful to him. And if he is there, that's why I say, when he is there, nothing to worry, he will take care. Somehow, we don't know how, but he will take care, and he will protect all of us. If only you just be under his feet, holding on to him. And we'll meet you again in the next video with more experiences. Swami bless you all. Sai Ram.